So now that the fall season is upon us, I figured I would help some of the people out there that like to save money on their fragrances by giving you guys some of the best clones that I'm going to be wearing this fall. So today we're going to be talking about 5 of my favorite clones that I'm going to be wearing during the cooler season of the fall. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. You guys know my name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and then follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and hit the bell if you want my videos sooner, so that we can get straight into this. Again, I'm going to be talking about 5 fragrances that are clones of originals, whether they're niche designers, discontinued fragrances, that I'm going to be wearing myself this fall. So I told you guys, I've tried a lot of clones. There's only a few out there that for each season that I actually like to wear on a regular day basis, whether it's because they actually don't smell like what they're supposed to be cloning, or they are of discontinued fragrances, or it's niche fragrances that I don't want to use up the niche if I don't have to. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. A cologne fragrance is usually going to be a lot cheaper, not necessarily in quality, but in price. And so we're going to get straight into it by talking about this first one, which is a clone of Angel Men Pure Havane. This is Rayon Tradition Insurrection II Wild. So Rayon Tradition Insurrection II Wild. A lot of people say it's a clone of Naxos. It's actually supposed to be a clone of Angel Men Pure Havane, which I wish they would bring that line back by Mugler, but they didn't, and they're probably not going to. So we're left with either this or Naxos. Obviously, Naxos is going to be the better bet as far as the scent is concerned. Fantastic. They're all honey tobacco fragrances that have a nice, almost ambery, vanillic tone, some spice, some woods. That's what this one carries in as well. It's not as resinous as what you got with Pure Havane, which had that Mugler DNA, which was heavy in patchouli. It doesn't have that heavy patchouli vibe. This is kind of like a mix if you were in between. That's why some people get it confused, is that what it's a clone of, but it's almost like it has a bit of the freshness that you get from Naxos, which still isn't fresh. It's still a fall fragrance, but it's not as heavy or resinous or deep as Pure Havane with that heavy patchouli. This one is still going to be that ambery honey tobacco fragrance, has a little bit of a freshness up top, and not only that, it still has a good performance too, lasting about 7 to 8 hours on your skin. Really nice, above average for the first 3. I love this fragrance. I think that it's really nice. I'm actually going to probably wear it today. I need to figure out what degree it is outside, because right now it's only 7 a.m. So with that said, yeah, super good. Super, super good. It almost has like a cherry tobacco flavoring to it, but scent to it. But yeah, really nice. That's Insurrection II Wild. Really good one that you should definitely pick up this fall. Moving into the next one. So when I first got this in, I was comparing it to what people were saying it was supposed to be cloning, which was Azzaro's The Most Wanted, mixed with La Nuit de l'Homme or something like that. I can't remember what they were saying. And so when I got it in, I was trying to compare it to that, and I was just like, no, it doesn't smell. I mean, it has vibes of it, but it doesn't smell like what I was expecting to get from Most Wanted. So I kind of put it by the wayside. But when I picked it up a few weeks ago, I actually do quite like it, and I am going to wear it in specific situations. It's still not my favorite clone out there, but it's one that I'll definitely get use out of. This is Lattafa's Ansaam Silver. So Ansaam Silver, it has this gourmandish toffee vibe to it for sure. It definitely is still in that vibe of the Most Wanted. If you're looking for something that smells in the realm of Most Wanted, but has a more powdery nature to it, that's exactly what you're going to get from this, with a little bit of a cheaper tone. Outside of that, the fragrance is it has very good performance, a very good scent profile that doesn't really change like the Most Wanted changes from the opening into the dry down to more of like an amber woody accord. This kind of stays the same. In the opening, you get a little bit less of the powder, but as you get further in, you definitely pick up a lot more of that sweetness, a lot more of that powder, but it's more of a gourmand, powdery fragrance that doesn't have that freshness that you get from the Most Wanted. It does have a cardamom in there. That's why people were comparing it to the LNDL, which provides a nice warm and spiciness. But Ansaam Silver, for the price, which I think I got this for 25 or 30 bucks, it's definitely a nice pickup for that price if you're looking for something for the fall that adds a little bit of a twist to what you know from Most Wanted. So again, that's Lattafa's Ansaam Silver. Really nice one. Definitely going to be wearing that this year. This one, I finally figured out that you can twist the cap off. Thank you to my subscribers out there. And I know some people, every time I make a video of this, people say, it's not supposed to be a clone of Angel Share. When they released this, it was a pre-release, and they called it an Angel Share clone. Even the bottle looks like Angel Share, but it doesn't smell like Angel Share. It's in the same realm, but I'm still calling it an Angel Share clone. This is Lattafa Khamrah. Again, it doesn't smell like Angel Share. It has more of a warmer, deeper resinous vibe that is more centric on the amber than what Angel Share was trying to do, which was that kind of cinnamon bun drink. That's kind of like an ambery cinnamon bun drink. This one is more leaning heavily on that amber. You definitely get a warm and spiciness to it. It's really a beautiful fragrance. It almost smells like it has a little bit of that like Stronger With You DNA in it as well, like a little bit of a chestnut or something like that. But I've always enjoyed this. Last year I got it in later in the year, so I was only able to wear it for a few weeks. But Lattafa Khamrah, I'm going to get a lot of wears out of this year. My wife really likes this. And you can find it for about 40 bucks. I will have the links for all of these. If you can find them on any of the sites, I will put them in the description. But Lattafa Khamrah, it's great. It is definitely warmer, more of a night out fragrance. But during the cooler weather, if it's like 50 degrees or below, you can wear it anytime. But I really like it. It's really nice, really good for parties and stuff like that too. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatnot, really good. This one, I like this better than the original. This one is closer to the original as far as the scent profile itself, but I actually like this better because there's a harshness in the original that I don't really like. But this is Paris Corners Wild in Tobacco. I really like this. So red tobacco is going to be that sweet and moist tobacco that has that saffron, a little bit of a sweetness underneath it. Then you get some spiciness, some depth, some richness. That has all of it in here. It also has a little bit of a freshness up top to give it a little bit of a kick, but it's warm, it's rich, it's addictive. Again, more night out, but this is closer to like a mix between Parfums de Marly Herod if you added that into red tobacco. It's really a beautiful fragrance. I really enjoy this. I've talked to a lot of people who really enjoy it, then I've talked to a few that don't. But for the most part, from what I've heard, a lot of people think that this is actually better than red tobacco. But you make your decision on that. I mean, the price range, Manceras are usually a less expensive niche anyways. So I do like red tobacco. It's just this one I'm going to get a lot more wears out of it because it was only like 30 bucks. And Wild in Tobacco, it just has that right spice. It has that nice tobacco. It smells like a tobacco leaf. And then you have, again, that saffron providing a warmth and spiciness. And then as you get to the dry down, a little bit of vanilla tonka comes in. Then you get some woods. Really nice. That is Wild in Tobacco by Paris Corner. And as you can tell, we're moving pretty quickly through this. I started deciding that I wanted to make shorter videos so that you guys aren't here all day. So we're moving into our last one now. This one I didn't talk about until since last year. And I'm really sad that I haven't because it just fell by the wayside on the bottom shelf of all of my fragrances. But this is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall, but fresher. This is on Afnan 9 p.m. Afnan 9 p.m. It's exactly what I just said. Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. I actually have it here for my next video. Right here. Ultramall, but fresher. And it's exactly what it is. It's that pear and lavender. Even though this one, I believe they mixed together apple and something else to create that pear-like accord. So the only thing different as far as the fruitiness is that you're going to notice a little bit more of that pear accord that you get from the Ultramall. This one is like more of a fruity mix, but it's a little bit fresher, still warm, still a night out fragrance. You can wear this pretty much all year round at night. I would stay away from it on the hotter nights during the summer, but Afnan 9 p.m. If you're looking for that Le Male DNA freshened up, more modernized, this is really good. It's one of the best clones out there still. I will maintain that to this day, and I'll get a lot of wears out of this, even over the original Ultramall, just because sometimes I want a little bit of a lighter take, one that's not going to be too in your face, but it still pushes out pretty nicely. So those are my five clones that you can wear during the fall that I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of. Again, we have the Lattafas Ansaam Silver. We have this one right here, Afnan 9 p.m. Paris Corners Wild in Tobacco. And this one, I can't even think right now. Lattafa Khamrah, and the last one was Rayon Tradition Insurrection II Wild. Which one is my favorite out of all these? It's really difficult to pick. I would say probably Khamrah or this one. Yeah, these two. I really like those. I could have also put Detour Noir in this, but I put that in a lot of my clone videos, so I decided to keep that out. But let me know some of your favorite clones you're going to be wearing this fall. And again, I'll be back with another video. Thanks so much for joining me. Peace out.